Hello everybody, Rabbi David here with a quick Torah tech tips for you. So I had an interesting experience last week. I was leading a service on a Shabbat morning and I had found one of these. Remember a couple weeks ago I shared with you spatial.chat, right? One of these sort of democratized online meeting spaces where people can move themselves around and talk to the people they want to. So I was using another one called wonder.me. It's a really nice platform. And I created the room and I did everything and I was all set up. And after our service was over, I said to people who were davening with me, who were praying with me, I said, we're going to do Kiddush today on this other platform. We're going to go to this other platform where you'll be able to move around, you'll be able to create your own circles and schmooze with people. It was going to be great. I sent them the link. I shared with them the link. I made it easy for them. And I logged off and I went into that other platform. And then I realized that it's not about my tech. It's about theirs, right? It's not about my tech. It's about theirs. So I've spent a lot of time gathering the right technological tools around me, finding the right apps, finding the right hardware, software to do really cool things. But what I haven't spent a lot of time doing is thinking about the technology that my participants have, even on an incredibly basic level. So I logged off of the Zoom, I went into this other platform, and 4 people, 5 people showed up. I had about 30 people at services. 4, 5, 6 people showed up. And I started seeing a couple people come in, excuse me, a couple people started to come in and I couldn't see their video or they couldn't move around. And I realized that this platform really doesn't work on mobile and that most of my participants in my davening in my service had been watching on an iPad. So I sent them the link, they clicked on the link in their iPad and it wasn't working. I didn't even think to explore what would my participants need in order to fully participate in this new online platform. So I came away from that experience not really disheartened, because a few people got it and they enjoyed it. We had fun. We got to schmai around and move around and they found a new platform that they enjoyed. But what I learned, or what I relearned from that, is how important it is to pay attention to the technology of our participants and the capacity to engage technologically of our participants. And this isn't just for old folks. I know that a lot of us have elderly people as members of our congregations, and of course there is a learning curve for them, although, you know, my mother and father-in-law now, they're on Zoom all the time and they figured it out, which is great. But also for younger folks, for anyone who maybe doesn't have the setup that I do. They may not have a laptop computer. They may only have an iPad or an iPhone. Or if I'm sharing a link and they're in a Zoom meeting, they may have a really difficult time once they click on that link and Chrome or Safari or whatever they're using opens up. They may have a really difficult time finding that Zoom window again. It's so important as we're striving to engage people in this digital space that we consider not only how we can up our own game, how we can get the nice camera, the nice lights, the nice apps, the nice whatever, but we also think about what are we presenting to our participants and how are they able to engage with it? Because the fanciest tools, the fanciest applications, the fanciest presentation or stream only works if the people on the other end are able to fully receive all the hard work that you've put into it. So I just wanted to share that with you, and thank you, Leo. Thank you for being here. It's good to see you, or it's good to read you, I should say. Sometimes the tech is a barrier, not an enabler. Absolutely. That is, you know, that was especially true earlier in the pandemic. I think it's going to be less true as we go forward, although I will say that as we begin to have these conversations about what hybrid looks like, I think that technology is going to again become a bit of a barrier. I think that we're going to need real experts, of which I'm not one. We're going to need real experts to help us figure out how do we manipulate this technology in such a way that everyone, those who are with us in the sanctuary and those who are at home with us through their tablet or their computer or whatever, are able to really enjoy and get the most out and be full participants in the davening or the learning or the whatever experience that we're offering. You know what I forgot to say? I forgot to say hi, and that I'm here to give you great tech for your great Torah. But actually, it's kind of appropriate that I didn't, because I'm not giving you tech today. I'm inviting you to think about your participants' tech and to think about what they have at their disposal in order to participate fully in your experience. And by the way, getting back to the hybrid model again, if we are inviting people digitally to participate, maybe have an aliyah or do a reading, it's one thing to do that when everyone is on a Zoom call. It's another thing to do that, to invite that participation when you have some people in a Zoom call and other people sitting in the sanctuary. So what are the technological needs that our participants are going to have when they are at home wanting to participate in the sanctuary digitally? Do we have to make sure that they have headphones, earbuds? Do we have to worry about microphones? I'm not suggesting we need to go out and buy our congregants different technological tools, but we do have to be aware of what they have and how we can best support them in participating in what we're offering digitally. So friends, that's really all I had for you today. It wasn't much of much, but it was something that I was thinking about, that I experienced this past Shabbos, this past weekend, and I just want to share it with you. It's not only about your tech, it's also about theirs. I want to invite you to go over and visit my website, TorahTechGuide.com. I am uploading new resources all the time. All the resources are completely free. There's apps up there that you can I link to. There's tons of stuff to download. I also have links to all the tech that I use in my setup. And maybe most importantly, and I'm doing this a lot more now, is I want to help you. I want to help you as you navigate these waters. It's not too late to make your stream, to make your service, to make your class better than it is right now, even if it's fantastic. So go over to TorahTechGuide.com/help and let me know how I can be of service to you. Do you need graphics created? Do you need video, remote video production? Do you just want to sit and talk with me for a little while? I'm happy to do that, and it all comes at the cost of a cup of coffee, or 2, or 3, or 20. It's up to you. Friends, have an amazing rest of the day, and I'll see you next time on Torah Tech Tips.